Get ready, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, start. Mr. Deputy Chairman, it is a formal proposal that has been placed before us, and I don't think there is anybody in this House who would oppose the recommendation for ratification of this very important convention. These conventions have a history that goes back to at least 60 or 70 years, if not more, but the present convention, the Universal Copyright Convention, is much more comprehensive than all the previous conventions in this regard. I have not very much to say about this convention. Dr. Srimali has explained the objectives of this convention and the benefits that would accrue from it. It is a very healthy sign of the times that despite occasional joltings, we do certain things that go to the cohesion of the various nation states of the world. There is one important step in that direction, especially in matters of culture. We are trying to get nearer to each other and bring ourselves under obligations that are common and reciprocal. I have only one or two words to offer by way of comments. It is a pity that two important segments of the world are not yet signatories to this pact, the Soviet bloc and China, and so long as these two very important areas of the world do not come within this convention, we cannot expect the best out of it. The importance of this convention is all the more so because India will very shortly be participating in one of the major projects initiated by the UNESCO, the project of East West Cultural Exchange Relations, a proposal that was accepted at the last General Conference of the UNESCO held at New Delhi. This program envisages that translations of some of the most important works from Asian and African countries will be exchanged with similar translations of works of Western origin for our mutual benefit. We are going to participate in that major project, and the convention will be a very useful safeguard in that respect. As years roll on, more and more Indian authors are being translated in various languages of the world, and these books are becoming more and more popular. It is only proper that our authors get the copyright protection in those countries that are contracting parties on the strength of this convention. It is a pity that this convention was adopted in three major languages: English, French, and Spanish, and not in Hindi. I regret somewhat that we could not have our national language included in this list. In fact, whenever the question comes up for recording and propagating international contracts, the claim of the Indian national language is not recognized. I do not know whether the case is not pressed or whether it just goes by default. On the other hand, it is a matter of congratulation that India is a member of the 22 member International Committee, the first committee which will be set up in respect of this convention. I agree with Dr. Srimali when he says that by and by some of the countries that are not yet signatories to this convention will eventually come within this convention and be signatories to this and also achieve the ratification that is necessary for the purpose. It is the most obvious thing to do, and I hope this House will recommend its ratification without any demand. Mr. Deputy Chairman, the motion for ratification has not come a day too soon. Those of us who had to work on the select committee on the copyright bill have had to scan the provisions of this convention, and we benefited a great deal by studying the provisions of this convention, and we also tried to secure the best advantage to our language writers in this respect. Now, sir, today by ratifying this convention, it is obviously clear that we are undertaking a very important international commitment. It has been said, I believe, in the other house in this respect that with its long and ancient cultural heritage, with its great past literature in the ancient languages, India will have much to give and therefore India stands to gain. But, sir, one aspect of the thing which is not generally probably realized is that today the Indian languages are on the eve of a very major development. We have accepted Hindi as our national language. The regional languages as well are going to be developed in a very large way. The major problem today is of technical books, and as such, we will have very much to take from as many as three countries, from the literature of three countries who are not parties to the Berne Convention but have joined the Universal Copyright Convention, namely the German Federal Republic, Japan, and the United States of America. We have entered into certain relationship with the United States of America, and with this ratification we regularize the same. But it also brings us closer to these two other countries, and I am hoping, sir, that the ratification of this convention will open out a new vista